This is lesson 8.2 part 5. We're just going to finish off the question we're finishing off in the from the last video, number 5 over here. We're finding the length of A to see which helicopter would go rescue the boat. So we said that, now we said A sine A is equal to C sine C. We could have equally done A sine A is equal to B sine B. The point is you need to have at least a pair of knowns together and then one known with the unknown side you're looking for. So let's go and plug that in. So we have A over sine A, which is A sine 53, is equal to C, which is 1.2, because we're looking for a side, that's why I put sides on top. 1.2 over sine 85, and then I can send the sine 53 to the other side to isolate for A by multiplying both sides by sine 53. So A sine 53 over sine 53 is equal to 1.2 sine 53 over sine 85. Cancel the sine 53 out, and I get A is equal to, so let's do that here. So sine 53 equals, divided by sine 85 equals, times 1.2, and I get, rounding to 2 decimal places, 0.96 kilometers for A. So let's write equals 0.96 kilometers. So we have that side A is more than side B, meaning there's a larger distance for A than there is for B. So since A is more than side B, that means the better choice is B. That means the better choice is go the pathway of B, which is helicopter A. Helicopter A is on that path. So the length of A is bigger than the length of B. Helicopter B, which is over here, would take longer to get to C, assuming they're going the same speed, which should be safety regulations for. A would take less time because there's a shorter distance. So because there's a shorter distance between A and C, we would say that helicopter A should rescue the passengers. So therefore, helicopter A should rescue the passengers because it is closer to them. It can be confusing. I would just remind myself that side A is actually length BC. So when you write length BC, you could write like this, BC. And then side B is actually length AC. Side B is helicopter A to C, and side A is helicopter B to C. Just to remember that. So since B is the smallest distance, A to C is the smallest distance, that's why since B meaning A to C is the smallest distance, that's why helicopter A would be the best choice to go rescue the passengers. So in this video, in the series of videos, we saw the sine law, which helps you to find known sides and unknown sides. When you have triangles that are non-right triangles, and we focus primarily on these acute triangles for this lesson and for grade 10. So again, you can use the sine law in a few different situations. So let's say you had angle A, B, and side B. So if you have two angles and a side opposite to one of those angles, then you can use the sine law to find, let's say, a missing side here, for example. So two angles and an opposite side would be the AAS situation. You could also have, instead, you might have side A, side B, and angle B. So here you have two sides, and an angle opposite to one of those sides. If you have two sides, that's SS, and an angle opposite to it, that's A. So you have SSA or AAS to allow you to use the sine law. Remember that you can write the sine law in a few ways. You can write it, for example, A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. This is when you're looking for sides. Regardless of what way you write it, has to be consistent. So if you have the sides on top here, it needs to be on top here. Or when you're looking for angles, you can write sine A over A is equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C. So that was the sine law. You should practice the basics and then also practice the word problems. There are other word problems posted on your learning platform that you should go attempt. Please feel free to look up other word problems on YouTube, pause the videos, try them out, and then play the videos to see the full solution to see if you are on the right track. It all comes down to, when it comes down to solving these word problems, it all comes down to a good sketch. If you have a good sketch, you're in a better position to actually start to frame the problem and to do it and to solve it. Don't forget to have the therefore statements, and then also, I forget in this video as well, but when you're doing approximations, make sure you put those dots on top of those equal signs and follow proper form. Make sure you look at the rubric for proper form before your assessment, so you remember what those proper forms, what the proper form looks like.